Well, welcome to Speaking of Horses. I'm your host, Wayne Williams, and we're ready to go right here with some of the great stories from the horse industry. So join us as we get ready to go Speaking of Horses right here on this station. Well, hey, welcome to Speaking of Horses, and we are certainly glad to have you join us today. My guest today, well, Miki runs Western States Horse Expo. And also they do that not only in Sacramento in May, but in Pomona in November. Now, Pomona, California, this is called the holiday edition because you're kind of gearing this around also. All the Christmas shoppers can take advantage of the vendors. So, Miki, welcome, and tell us a little bit about this event that's coming up November 8, 9, and 10.
Okay, great. Thanks, Wayne. We're going to have basically the same format, the shopping and the clinicians unmounted, and the Horse Expo University. But the theme around the entire event, and including in the shopping, is we'll have a large Christmas tree. Our evening events are part of your general admission, and we're serving eggnog and hot chocolate. And we're doing free gift wrapping for any of the shopping that you have that you're doing that's a gift. We'll do free gift. We have a whole gift wrapping station. We're going to have a fashion show. We have fashion mannequins throughout the floor showing you different outfits that you can buy while you're there. And we have a lot of unique boutique shopping, with a lot of horse flair. Lots of men's and women clothing. The men are always screaming for more clothing, belts, and hats, and so we're getting that done. So just kind of a whole holiday feel, and just keep the festivities going and holiday music, and around the usual Horse Expo base.
Well, the interesting thing is that when it comes to the shopping and everything, when around Christmas for the horse people, it's always a tough time to shop. And so much of that now is online, and you really don't get to see it firsthand, touch it, unless it's something that you already know exactly what it is. The shopping for the clothing and the jewelry and stuff, I guess I'm old-fashioned, Miki, but you gotta pick it up and look at it and see how it looks on you to know if it's what you want or not. And this gives everybody a chance to do that for Christmas shopping.
Right. And it allows you to see the quality, and it's just a lot of fun. People still really do like to shop. So especially if you're horsey inclined and have your house decorated that way, or your office, or you dress in the lifestyle, it'll be there. So we're excited. And what's kind of neat is the companies that have these products are realizing that they have to be out there and have to be seen because, like you said, Wayne, when you're, online shopping, you already kind of know what you want. You want a 5-pound tub or whatever, so it's interesting, but everybody's getting the gist that got to be out there, and we want to still touch and feel and smell and.
Well, being out there is the key word to what you're saying, because, online shopping, if you don't go out and be in front of the people, even though you may do a lot of your sales online, you got to be in front of them so they know you exist. As soon as you're not in front of them, out of sight, out of mind, the old saying is really true. You start to fade.
Yep.
You got to be.
And especially in a niche market like the horse industry.
Yeah, and once the horse people are nuts over this stuff. Once they see it and like it and they want it, they're going to buy it. I mean, I've always joked. I said if there was $10 in the pocket of a horse owner and it was either something for the horse or their own lunch, they'd buy for the horse and skip lunch.
Exactly.
It's just that kind of a mentality. So, and then to always at horse expos, and you know this very well, Miki, there's the shopping, the clinicians, the education, and the entertainment factors. And, so you've got all of that going on, but this time you got more of a focus on the fact that it's November and you're setting it up for Christmas shopping. So,
well, and just we want to create a whole new feel like we did in Sacramento. It's just, such a relaxing environment and just, more fun instead of hurry and race off to the next clinic, even though you're still going to want to do that. But just, just a warmer feel, just a more open arm,
laid back a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to come and not be pressured when you come to an event like this, and it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, November 8, 9, and 10, right?
Correct.
When you come to an event like this, you come to relax. You want to see horses. You want to see maybe horse trainers learn certain things, but you want a relaxed atmosphere. If you want to spend a few hours just shopping at your leisure, and sitting down and relaxing in the fashion show thing, I think is a great idea. You got to take the pressure off. You can get that pressure every day going to work. You want to come here and relax. And relax in something you like, and that's the horses.
Yeah. In Southern California, a lot of people think, Southern California, including me. However, Pomona is just kind of a little eastward. And it's not bad getting into that area. It's a beautiful area, and hotel rates are very reasonable. So it is a nice place to be. You're not down in the thick of the.
Yeah, you're far enough.
California.
You're far enough out of LA that you, and of course that fairgrounds has got that little setting up around the hills there a little bit, and it's just a different feel to it. And you're right, you're not too far from Ontario. And it's a different feel to where you're at, and it feels more country than it does city.
And then November in Southern California, it's probably the best place in the country to be.
Oh yeah. Well, I won't argue that. I always love coming out there in November because it's a great respite from Wisconsin.
You're right.
So tell us a little bit about some of the special things, like you've got a trainer's challenge and things going on.
Yeah, so Friday and Saturday night, it's a round pen challenge, and these horses come from people in the area. They are not started, and they different ages, but just horses that just haven't been started. And these are trainers from all over the Western States. And so that'll be, of course, entertaining, and that happens in the evening. And then, during the day we have our clinics. Stefan Peters will be there with us. And then there's Maddie, Madison Shambaugh. She's amazing up-and-comer, for sure. I can't wait for everybody to start seeing her in the general horse population. She's extremely talented with the horses. And Russ Crotchen, who we had in Sacramento, we're looking forward to keep pushing him out there as well. Has a nice message and a nice way of communicating. Richard Winters will be back, so he's back out doing clinics again, and he lives in Texas now, so he wants to stay in touch with his California folks. Oh my gosh. Then the university, one of our favorites is Deb Bennett.
Yeah.
If you want to know about conformation, I mean, she is the one. And really, in my personal opinion, the only. I mean, she's incredible. If you really listen to her and prescribe to her thought process on conformation, you'll need to know no more, and you'll be able to make some beautiful choices on horses.
And she'll be in the university or the lecture areas where you could just, where it's not really in an arena, but you can sit down and listen. So you've got the arenas where the clinicians doing the clinics. Then you've got the university or lecture series, and a lot of people there. And so, whether you want to be entertained with the horses at night with the challenge where you can just sit back and watch this unfold, be entertained there, be educated, or do a lot of shopping, but just basically come spend a lot of good time with friends and family and be around horses all weekend.
Right, definitely. Lots of activity and energy, that is for sure.
Well,
but yeah, no, there's just, and if you look at our schedule, you'll see a lot of new names that have really exciting topics. Lots of new things, a lot of new things, and that will be the new theme with both Western States Horse Expos. Is there's a lot of new people out there, and really they're not all that new, but they just aren't out in front of the masses, and we're going to start pushing more of those people out there because it's great.
You know, the thing is, it's sort of like watching TV shows. You know, every once in a while you have to have a new star. And,
right.
you know, and, you know, there are some really good clinicians that have been out there for years, and they're really good, but people have seen them more than once.
Mm-hmm.
They know their message. They still may come back to them, but everybody always wants to see the new and improved or the brand new. It's like, you know, new and improved all for your dish, for your soap, you know, laundry soap. You got to have it. It's always got to be a little different, a new approach. People are always looking for that. Well, everybody's looking for an easy way to do something, but they're always looking for that new and improved setup.
Right.
So,
you know, it's interesting looking through this list. You know, lots of women. We might be 50-50.
That's good. Well,
yeah,
Miki, we're getting a little shy on time, but let me ask you now, how do people contact you and everything?
Well, you're more than welcome to call us here Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 at 530-672-7490. Or our website, our gorgeous website, is horsexpo.com. For both, you know, you'll find both events on there.
Oh, there you go. Well, again, it is the Western States Horse Expo, but it's the holiday edition, and it is in Pomona, California, Fairplex, November 8, 9, and 10 this year. Be sure and join us there. Miki, thank you very, very much.
All right, thanks, Wayne.
And we'll be out there with Speaking of Horses. I'll be there and announcing, and I look forward to it every year. I think I've done most of your events since you've been doing them.
Yep, 21 years, Wayne.
I know. I'm no older. And I'm no older.
You do.
Yeah. Hey, Miki, thank you.
All right, thanks, Wayne.
Okay. Well, that's our show. I'm your host, Wayne Williams. Speaking of Horses, we'll be back next week with a brand new show. Or join us at speakingofhorses.com.